Hi guys, today we will be talking about how serotonin reuptake inhibitors work, and these are also called SSRI. So you've definitely probably heard this term before, so let's just review how they work. So basically the main word we need to pick out of here is serotonin. And serotonin is a very important neurotransmitter. And it is said that tryptophan, which is an amino acid, so it is said that a derivative of tryptophan is what allows for the synthesis of serotonin. Now, serotonin is very important for mood. It is also important for hunger. It can also be implicated in anxiety. Serotonin is basically the jack of all trades. It acts in everything. But there's one important hypothesis, and that is particularly in relation to depression. And that's where we think of this mood situation. Anxiety can also be very comorbid with low mood and depression. The hypothesis is that low serotonin equals greater depression. So that's where these guys, that's where serotonins come in, SSRIs come in. And the main thing we're going to try to do with those medications is that we want to increase serotonin so that we can decrease depression. So how is that going to work? So let's say we've got a synapse here. We've got a synapse, we've got a presynaptic neuron, we've got a postsynaptic neuron. Right, postsynaptic. And we've got a bunch of if we zoom here, we've just got a bunch of receptors on the postsynaptic neuron. So this neuron, it's gonna be releasing serotonin, which its abbreviation is 5-HT. So we're releasing 5-HT. Now, after this propagation, so basically, these little serotonin neurotransmitters are stored in these little bubbles called vesicles, and once there's a calcium influx, that's going to cause these bubbles to pop, and it's basically going to exocytosis is going to occur, and those neurotransmitters are going to come here into the cleft. So this little gap in between both both the presynaptic and postsynaptic neuron, this gap is called the synaptic cleft. So now we've got a bunch of serotonin in the cleft. Some of it will be taken up by the postsynaptic neuron because we've got all of our receptors, but some of it will be left over. And when it's left over in this synaptic cleft, a process called reuptake occurs. And reuptake is basically when the presynaptic neuron is going to start reuptaking those serotonin neurotransmitters back. So basically it's to make sure that there's less serotonin just lying around in the synaptic cleft. But like we said before, we've got our hypothesis that low serotonin equals high depression. And so that's where SSRIs come in. And if you break down the word reuptake, that's what the R stands for. I stands for inhibitors, right? And then let's just worry about this S. S stands for serotonin. So it's a serotonin reuptake inhibitor. So basically, our SSRI molecule, or whatever it is, our drug, is going to come in here, and it's going to prevent reuptake. It's going to prevent reuptake, which means that in this synaptic cleft, you now have higher serotonin. And that means we hope to see lower depressive symptoms. So there you have it. That's how serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs, work. Hope that helped.